Now, Tyler, you normally are the Damas, very prescient, usually correct in your predictions. And you gave the Dallas Cowboys this week the benefit of the doubt and thought that they would, at home, beat the youngest playoff team in the modern era in the Green Bay Packers. After all, the Cowboys have a franchise quarterback that they believe should be the MVP. They have an experienced coach.
Best wide receiver in the world.
Best wide receiver in the world. Talent up and down the sideline. Tyler Puryear, did the Dallas Cowboys beat the Green Bay Packers today?
They did not. I watched it, and the Dallas Cowboys didn't win.
They did not win.
They did not win, actually.
They
got their ass beat very badly, actually, right? And, you know, I'm going to get to clowning the Cowboys fans. You know, that's something I love to do. That's my passion right there. But first, I think we need to talk about this ass whooping because, you know, like I said, I think all of us picked Dallas to win this, right? I think a lot of us were blindsided by the ass whooping that we saw here tonight. And I think we need to kind of soak in how historic that ass whooping was. It feels like one of the most embarrassing losses the Cowboys have ever had. And, you know, they're a franchise that embarrassing losses, that's what they do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this feels like it is up there with the best or worst of them, however you want to look at it, right? It feels historic in the sense that we perhaps never seen as good of a Cowboys team that just got spanked this badly in the playoffs, right? And even further, it feels historic in the sense that it feels like it was Jordan Love's coming out party, right? It feels like this is kind of the end of an era, and it feels like it's the end of the McCarthy, Dak Prescott era in Dallas. And I think we will look back on this game in years to come, and we're going to remember it as the moment that Jordan Love arrived, and in his wake, he left the Dallas Cowboy franchise in shambles, right? Like he walked out of Jerry World like Joker in The Dark Knight when he blew up the motherfucking hospital and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly do think that the McCarthy and Dak era should be done. Those two are just not it. Like with Mike McCarthy, I never understood that hire from day one. You get rid of Jason Garrett because, you know, the play calling was too conservative and he was underachieving with your quarterback. And you replace him with Mike McCarthy, like another coach, you know what I'm saying, who's known for conservative play calling and underachieving with his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. I just never understood that you replace Jason Garrett with the same dude. It's like Jerry Jones was like, man, you know, Mountain Dew is gross. I'm only drinking Mellow Yellow now. Like it's the same shit, dog. Right? And there was always going to be a ceiling that they had with Mike McCarthy as their coach. And I think they've hit it. And I think it's time for them to move past that now. I also think it's time for them to move on from Dak. Like, you know, they brought Trey Lance there early in the season for a reason, bro. They let it be known that, you know, we all know Dak is up for a new contract this summer. They brought Trey Lance there like, okay, we're going to evaluate you if you're our guy come season's end, Dak. And if you're not, we are not paying you $1 gazillion to not take us anywhere like you've been doing. And we got this kid on a rookie deal and we're going to kick the tires on him. And that big payday for Dak is not coming from the Cowboys. He might have to hit up the motherfucking police officers he dropped that $1 million off to see if they can kick that back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard times for Dak out there. Police face ass nigga, sir. Yes, sir. Face ass nigga. But I cannot imagine how frustrating it is if you're a Cowboys fan, because Dak is one of those dudes, right, who, you know, he lights it up in the regular season. He had like 4,500 yards, like 35 TDs, and like 9 picks this season. He just balled the fuck out. But every postseason, it's just the same old thing, right? It's just he just does not show up. And worse than just not showing up, he often gives these games away. And the thing about Dak is he's not like the Josh Allen type, right? Like he's not the type where it's like, okay, we're losing him the same way we won him. You know, this comes with the territory. That's not who he is. He's not a high risk, high reward guy. Like with Josh Allen, you're like, okay, we lost that game on a pick through double coverage, but you know, we live by the TDs he throws in double coverage too. So this comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Dak is not like that. He's a very conservative decision maker.
He's high risk, low reward.
Yeah, right. He's a very conservative decision maker, which works great for him in the regular season, but you got to take some big shots if you want to win in the playoffs, right? And the thing is, like, it's not even outside of his character when he's making all these turnovers, you know, during the postseason with like all these picks he's throwing, because he's not stepping outside of himself. If you look at the 2 picks he had tonight, those 2 picks were like 5 yards from scrimmage, bro, on like a little cross and like a little out. He's not throwing picks because he's stepping outside of himself and trying to connect on like a 40-yard deep ball home run. He's throwing the same little bullshit that he throws all season, but for some reason in the playoffs, he just does not see defenders there for whatever reason. And
he's not tripping on himself trying to run a marathon. He's just trying to go to the bathroom, falling down on his face.
Exactly. Exactly. Stumbling with the motherfucking chili bowl like in the office and shit. Right? And I've seen some people, trying to defend, Dak's terrible performance tonight by saying, well, what do you expect? The defense couldn't stop anyone. The playbook had to go to strictly passing. When a defense knows that there's nothing but the pass is coming, any quarterback is going to look bad. And my whole point with that is, bro, Dak threw a pick six, and then he threw another pick that got returned to the 2-yard line and got punched in for a TD later. Like, y'all talking about the Dallas defense couldn't stop the Green Bay offense. Nigga, Dak was the Green Bay offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think if you're Dallas, I think you've seen enough. It's the same story every time they go to the playoffs. Dak is just not going to show up, and I think it's time they part ways. He's just not that guy. So, needless to say, I am enjoying all of this. There's nothing I love more than seeing Cowboys Nation in shambles. It's just like, it's like so affirming and nostalgic to like just see the Cowboys and their fan base scrambling because, these are like some tumultuous times we're living in where everything is fucking changing for the worse. And it's like laughing at the Cowboys has been, a national tradition for like the last 25 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that has remained stable. It's like the Coca-Cola recipe. You know what I'm saying? So laughing at the Cowboys is just something that always makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It feels like home. So, I don't, and I'm at the point now where it's like, I don't even try to talk the Cowboy fans out of cheering for their team anymore because it's part of the bit now, right? Like the delusion that Cowboy fans have, it's part of the bit. It's like they are the Wile E. Coyote of NFL fans. When you watch Wile E. Coyote cartoons, you don't root for Wile to finally figure it out, right? You root to see how disastrous this plan that he has is going to blow up in his face this time. And that's exactly where I'm at right now. And I swear it's enjoyable every fucking time it happens. It never gets old. Death, taxes, and laughing at the Cowboys. And the best part is this shit is just getting started, bro. Like Mike McCarthy's going to be boxing this shit up. Dak is going to be getting left on read in the group chat with Jerry. They're going to start a coaching search where fucking I would pay. You could put Jim Harbaugh and Jerry Jones interviewing each other on pay-per-view, and I would buy that shit because that is just a lot of crazy in one room, right?
That is a fact.
Yes, that is a lot of crazy in one room.
They're going to talk about football for about 45 seconds, and then it could be literally any topic. It could be industrial railroad policies of the 18th century. It could be the caloric content of whole milk versus skim milk. It could be literally anything.
Yes. So it might have been the curtain call on the clown show at Jerry's World tonight, but the show is going on the road and we're going to be here all fucking year and I cannot wait, man.
We said we're going to title this episode Chelsea Don't Listen to This Episode.
I wonder if she already muted you. I wonder because I'm like, the whole time I was thinking, damn, she had to already mute this nigga. You had nothing but heat. I was like, damn, cuz.
Dog, that game was so fucking funny. It was so fucking hilarious. It is high performance art. Bravo. They say that comedy is the hardest thing to pull off, but the Cowboys always seem to do it, man.
Yeah, I saw Dallas fans jumping in, clowning themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so bad that they couldn't even like fight it. Like they hopped in the jokes. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have after one of those, they give up more points than they've ever given up in the playoffs. I mean, it's like at some point you have to either learn to laugh with it or learn to log off. There's not really any in between. I have a couple other questions for Tyler. Tyler, I feel like before the Dragonfly Jones handle was created, you were sending text messages to Cowboy fans after embarrassing losses. That was probably, in the language of an English literature major, the proto Dragonfly Jones. Would you say? Like that's the primordial ooze from which your Twitter account emerged, was making fun of Cowboy fans one-on-one versus through mass communication. What was the text messages that went out today?
Dog, I legitimately remember like the first time I went on a text rant clowning the Cowboys, and it was the 2006 season when Romo fucked up and not holding that snap. That motherfucking Razor, that Motorola Razor was on fire. I was hitting all my cold Cowboy homies up, my Cowboy cousins and uncles and shit up, clowning. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's just at the point where, bro, I just send the y'all funny as hell laughing at me. Like nothing else needs to be said. Nothing else needs to be said, but just to know that y'all are just a laughing stock, bro. And year in and year out, and the worst type of laughing stock, because y'all are talented as hell. Y'all win 12, 13 games every fucking year, and then you go out in the playoffs in the most hilarious fashion. It's so entertaining.
I like that you said they have so many embarrassing losses that it's like looking for a haystack in a pile of haystacks. You know, it's like
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Packers this weekend, and I'm excited to see how they manage to mess it up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours.